Well, hello. I love how you could see the chaos of my tabs. I just did 3 weeks worth of reading 1,000 page fantasies. Three 1,000 page fantasies each week. And you know what? I'm not gonna do that for a little while because it was way too much. It was way too much. I have some packages to open. In my other vlog, I opened this up, Dance of Thieves. I got this from Pango Books, and the next book I got is also from Pango Books. How do I open this so that you can see? How do you even open this box? How do you... Gee. Oh my gosh. How do I... This is gonna take long. Well, I can definitely say it's packaged well. Ooh, packing peanuts. Yeah. I got Wrath of Dawn. This is in really good condition. And I got I think this might be the UK cover, I forget. But it's a different cover from the normal one, which, is gonna make it harder if I want to read the sequels for these books. Just because I have to pay to friggin' get it off of Pango Books if I want it. Okay. Sorry, I never usually am able to open these. Dun, dun, dun. Look at this. Look at this, boys. Oh, and it's texturized too. This is more dinged up than the friggin' Pango Book ones. I don't know can you see that? The friggin' indents that we got going on here. Anyways, some reading updates. I finished, today is Tuesday, by the way. So I finished Oathbringer yesterday on Monday. So we're starting this a day later than I wanted to, but you know what? That's fine. I've already started all Systems Red, I think is what it is. It's the Murderbot series by Martha Wells. I'm reading that on Kindle Unlimited because it's like $15 for each book. But I like it so far. You're basically following this like robot that from their perspective, they are helping watch over these people in this space station on this planet that hasn't been terraformed yet and is still being discovered. And they have some like malfunctions in the past and stuff, but I find it funny because all the Murderbot wants to do is watch their TV shows, which is so cute. But yeah, so far I really like it. I'm like 12% of the way through, 15, I don't know, but I'm in chapter 2 currently, close to chapter 3, but I really like it so far. It's pretty good, but I want to start one of these 3 books. I kind of want to start Dance of Thieves this week and see how it goes. I'm going to start this, and if I do finish it, I might get to The Wrath and the Dawn. I have 3 incredibly interesting books that I want to read this week, but at the same time I want to take my time with them because they just seem like they're good. I'll see you when I have another reading update or just filming me reading. is currently the next day. It is Wednesday today. So, I have a reading update. So, two things. I am currently on page 39, which is the beginning of chapter 3 in All Systems Red by Martha Wells. I will say I haven't read as much of that as I would like to. I don't know, something about just like a physical book. I tend to read that faster than just one that's on my phone. I also got to page 150 in Dance of Thieves. And let me tell you something. I now understand the hype for this book. It is. It didn't go in the direction that I thought it was, but now it's going in kind of the direction that I thought was going to happen from the beginning. I don't. That doesn't make sense at all, but it's definitely like a YA book. But the enemies to lovers, the like relationship that is being formed so far is mwah, so good. Definitely going to read more of this today. I don't know how much though, but it's like I didn't want to stop reading last night, but I also wanted to read more of All Systems Red. Hopefully, I can get to maybe page 250 or 300 in this, and then I think All Systems Red is maybe like 150 pages, so maybe I can try to get to like 50 or 100 today. I doubt that I'll get to 100. Anyways, that's my little reading update. I also just really right now want to watch the rest of season 2 of Bear. That's like all I want to do. And then also my sibling told me that I should watch Mob Psycho, I think is what it's called. I think I'm only like halfway through season 2 of The Bear. It's not as good as season 1, but it's definitely still good. I'm gonna go make myself some lunch and eat, and then maybe do some reading. We'll have to see. Hello. So, I have a little reading update. Let's talk about Dance of Thieves first. I'm on page 200. I only read about 50 pages. And I mean, we started off very like it started out swinging, and now we're in like this I don't know, just like weird period between them. And I'm just not like fully into it as much as I was in the beginning as of right now. But I'm hoping to finish this soon, or at least this week. So, that's fun, but I'm not enjoying the part that I'm reading right now. I've finished up the first book in the Murderbot series, and I gave it 3 stars, and it's good. It's good. It's just like, since it's a shorter book, and you don't get to like have a ton of development with how short of a book it is, and I think that it's kind of the point, just to tell the story and not to like, I don't know. But the Murderbot is the most relatable character I've ever read about, and it's a robot, so something's going on there. Right now, I don't want to continue the series as of right now. I don't think the full Murderbot series is on Kindle Unlimited. I think only like the first couple of books are. And I think I saw that there was like a novella for like 4. So yeah, maybe in the future I'll read that, but kind of right now I kind of want to embark on something that I'll probably regret, but I kind of want to start Daughter of No Worlds. I forget the author's name, but I've just heard like so many people raving about like this author, specifically like their vampire book that they put out. But I've also heard a lot of people talk about the Daughter of No Worlds series, and from what I was reading, it's like it's a fantasy book, but with a lot of like, or not a lot of romance, but there is romance in it. Um, I don't know if the romance is a subplot or if it's like the whole thing. But I mean, I'm incredibly interested in it. I gotta be very honest. I don't think I'll ever read the Serpent whatever book because I do not like vampire stuff. I know, but like for some reason I just I don't like vampire stuff. I am interested in that series. It is like a lot longer than the All Systems Red because the All Systems Red was 150 and I think the Daughter of No World is like 500 something. So, if I want to embark on that this week, I'm basically going to be adding another book to this pile, but not physically. I really love the covers of these books and really wish I could get them physically. It's just like it's $0 on Kindle Unlimited though. But I might start that. I might start that, which I mean, doesn't really throw a wrench in my plans, but I was hoping to finish Dance of Thieves this week and maybe start one of these, either Ninth House or The Wrath and the Dawn. I'm really interested in starting The Wrath of the Dawn, so if I do finish Dance of Thieves, I think I will start that. But I don't know now. Yeah, that's my little reading update. Yeah. Talk to you talk to you tomorrow, I guess. Well, it is Friday. Um, I didn't update you last night, even though I have a lot of updates, because we went to the gym and then got home at like close to 11. So, you know, I wanted to go to bed. So that's what I did. But I started Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent, I think is the name. I'm like 86 pages into that book, and let me tell you, it's good. It's good so far. The beginning I was kind of like, oh, this is just like I don't know, like a overhyped fantasy, and then as I'm reading it, the male character in the book, I like the setup for their whole relationship and everything. We haven't fully explored how the power system and stuff works, but it is already very intriguing as to people having different powers and stuff. I'm definitely gonna keep reading more of that. And because I mainly focused on that book yesterday, I only read like 100 pages of this. This is like 500 something, like 505 pages. And I'm on like page 300, I think. Yeah, page 300 on this. I've said this before, but it started out really strong, and now we're just kind of like in a weird standstill that I don't really like. When people were talking about like enemies to lovers, I was expecting something kind of different out of this book. So, I'm not really loving it as of right now. I bet you the last 200 pages I'll probably be like, this is so good. Oh, I also learned that because I got Kindle Unlimited, right? This book and Vow of Thieves are both on Kindle Unlimited. So, that's really fun. But anyways, see you later. I read, I think, 100 pages yesterday. Did I tell you that? I probably didn't. I read 100 pages of Dance of Thieves yesterday, and now I have like 105 left. I mean, it's gotten more interesting, but it's still not my favorite book. I'm gonna save my review for when I'm finished with this. But I am kind of disappointed with the amount that I have read this week. I was hoping for more, but I've just been incredibly tired this week. I've read a little bit of Daughter of No Worlds, a little bit more of it. I like that book better than Dance of Thieves and All Systems Red already, and I'm only like 100 something pages in. I was expecting for it to be like a cheesy, like romance fantasy, not like. I mean, I think all fantasy does have some kind of cliche to it, but not necessarily like cheesy. But like, it's good. And I hate the fact that I don't have a physical copy of it because I would have already poured through that so quickly. But yeah, I'm probably not gonna be able to finish Daughter of No Worlds in this reading vlog. So sorry, it's just like two books that I didn't really even like just in this reading vlog. I'm going to try and finish up this book today, and yeah, probably I'll end it with this video with my review of Dance of Thieves. Uh, but yeah, 100 something pages left. The ending, she has set up an interesting ending. It's still just like, I just, overhyped books, or not overhyped, but I guess like hyped books. I have, sometimes I find books and I'm like, that, deserves that. But a lot of times it's like, why did that have it in the first place? Especially a lot of the older books that BookTube recommended. Now it's the books that they recommend are usually pretty good. It's just like, for some reason, the older books that they used to like recommend just were not good. And this is kind of one of them, which makes me really sad because I heard her other series, Kiss of Deception, I think it's called, is really good, and it makes me really sad if I don't like this series. If that's Kiss of Deception is really good, I'm probably not gonna give it as much time as it deserves because I didn't like this book. I guess see you when I've read 100 more pages. It's like 9:30, and I just finished Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. I don't know why I said ear. Before I get into my review, I just want to say this is a disappointing week of reading. I already said that before, but listen. I think next week I want to try maybe doing some Audible because I've never listened to an audiobook before, and I thought that was kind of like cheating to like, because I constantly heard booktubers being like, I'm gonna listen to the audiobook while I do these things, and now I just realize it's smart, especially because I don't have a reading goal, but they do, and they're like, talking about how many freaking books they're reading just to stay up with, all of the popular stuff coming out. So I understand now. I understand. So maybe with one of these two books, or maybe with one of the Kindle books that I'll be reading, maybe I'll do an audiobook. I've never done that before, so that'll be an interesting new experience. Let's get into Dance of Thieves. We started out hot. We were going in the right direction. I was intrigued, and I was ready for it. And then throughout the middle, basically all the way to the end, it was just like nothing is happening that's interesting, and just like it wasn't like I guess drawn out enough. Things happen too quickly in the book. I mean, it definitely has enemies to lovers, and I like her writing. It's definitely YA writing. That feels like an insult, sorry. The ending is good because she leaves it on a cliffhanger, which is great because there's another book. So maybe I'll listen to the audiobook of that one. Yeah, I usually hate when books conclude in the first one and then they have to make up some excuse to continue the second one or the third one. It's just like so unnecessary, but there are a few authors who can do that, where they can go in and once the plot of the first book is finished, they can go in and make a book that's equally as good or even better than the first one. It's very rare that that happens, though. And they're usually, the sequels are better if they're left, like there's something left in the first book for them to kind of take and write about, rather than having to make something completely new up or like have dead characters come back. So I appreciate that, but I'm still gonna have to give it 3 stars, which is really sad because both books that I read, or both books that I finished this week, I'm still reading Daughter of No Worlds, are 3 stars, which is sad. But yeah, I mean, they're both, I think, good and interesting books. It's just like, I guess they're just not like the type of books that I absolutely love and adore. I can definitely see when people talk about, oh, this is my favorite book or this is my favorite series. I can definitely see with both of these books, even though I just barely started the Murderbot series, I can definitely see how somebody loves that book and that series, because of its quirkiness and, all these things. And I can see this as like a teenager, a younger reader. um I say as if I'm not a teenager. As a younger reader, like if I read this when I was like 15, I would have absolutely loved it. And it has so much good stuff in it. It's just, as of right now, and this type of reading that I am in and the age that I am right now, is not as polarizing to me, which is really sad. But I think I'm hoping that the sequel is good. I'm interested in what happens because she sets up a pretty interesting second book. Because the first one kind of just like, the beginning is interesting, and then way towards the end, like almost 300 pages in, you finally get something else interesting. Or at least for me. Okay, you read this, get your own opinion. Don't just take mine. I usually take other people's opinions on books and buy them because they're like, this is good. But if I don't like this book and you've been really wanting to read it, don't let this dissuade you, because again, it's not bad. It's just not, as of right now, for me. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you drink water and have a good rest of your day. Anyways, sorry for a crappy reading diary this week, but yeah, see you next week, I guess.